you're doing swell, and welcome back to another weekly vlog. It is about, it's 1:54 right now. It's been a busy little morning. I had a dentist appointment. I do have to go back next week because a feeling that I've had since like elementary, middle school, it's got like the tiniest bit of a hairline fracture. So my dentist is like, we can just fix it, especially since me and Kendall are going out of town soon. I don't want to have any issues with like my tooth like accidentally chipping. So I was like, yes. One thing I don't play about is teeth. I invest good money in our insurance, so I don't play about teeth when it comes to that. So I was like, yes, I want to get it done as soon as possible. They were like, you can come tomorrow, but I was like, I gotta kind of be in the office tomorrow, so maybe I can just do next Monday. But it's been a nice day. I had another brain integration call, and on my lunch break, I finally got back into filming Sims, and I explained myself too in the video just because my little Sims community is just so wonderful over there. I want to kind of update people. I'm like, okay, I know I said I did this thing like last year when I was trying to grow, which I grew like 3,000 subscribers over there. I posted every day for an entire month and a half, and that kind of burned me out, but it was such a good challenge. And then I started posting every other day, and then life just got a little busy, so it's like once every 12 days or so. But now I kind of looked at my calendar and everything, so I'm like, okay, I can actually post like twice a week. So I let my Sims channel know that I was going to post every Tuesday and Saturday. So I filmed a little tiny house for on my lunch break for the video for tomorrow. But a nice little work day. I did have a call and then like an impromptu one-on-one with my manager afterwards just to kind of debrief. So I am going to actually take all of those notes from that call, and I'm going to compile them, send over some emails attached to it, and then send that back over to legal because they needed just some clarity with this big brain integration that I'm working on, which I'm so proud of. I'm really hoping that it pans out because the last one didn't. So I'm really hoping. So I'm just advocating for it, and I think it'll be a really nice like brain integration for the company. So anywho, I'm going to take all of those notes, kind of jot it down in my Teams chat, and send that over to legal. Give the internal team also like an update as well from the call. And then we're pretty much done for the day. Tomorrow, I do have my one-on-one with my manager, and then my best friend who came over last week, which I didn't show you because, you know, I like to keep family and friends like kind of off of the vlog just because there's something I hold dear and personal. So if I just happen to take a clip and they're there, then that is what it is. But especially with kids, I don't like showing kids on social media, so I'm not for that. And since my niece came over, I was like, nah. Anywho, she saw a cool new position on a manager's team that I'm really fond of. And they do kind of like not brain integration, but they do like corporate media relations. So like journalists and videos and movies and stuff. So I'm going to send an introduction email like introducing them to, so I think she's going to apply for it tomorrow. So I want to like introduce them so he kind of knows that that's my recommendation. And yeah, and then I have some like stuff to do for a global brand report. But that's it. It's just going to be computer work for tomorrow. But enough rambling. I got some, this is like a Don Quixote, that's what it's called. So it's not coffee. It's like, let me actually tell you what's in it. It might sound nasty when I say it, but it's so good. And I didn't have any coffee. I was going to trek my way down to Midtown again and get a Scooters, which I low-key might do tomorrow before work. But Kendall left his wallet at his parents' house. So I was like, I'll get this lunch and I can drop it off because I was coming from the dentist anyway. But anywho, let me tell you what's in this, and then I'm going to get to working so I can move into the living room and finish out the workday. But this Don Quixote's Dream, it's got cayenne, maca, cacao, carob, maple syrup, pink salt, vanilla, and almond milk. So it's not a coffee, but it like gives you that feel of it being a coffee since it's like really cold outside. Anywho, I'm going to stop rambling. I just want to introduce the vlog and say hello. There's a new book that I actually want to start since I finished Mona's Eyes last week. I hope you've been enjoying like just hearing about books because that's on my New Year's bucket list is to read more. So I think today we might start The Big Swiss because that's an easy read I'm feeling like. And then I'm going to take the red tent over to the Cayman Islands when we go on vacation. So that shouldn't take me too long with like work and stuff. Like the next couple of weeks I can read that in my breaks. But yeah, we're gonna do some reading as well for this afternoon. But enough rambling. I am going to put my hair up. I have elastic somewhere. Do I have to get elastic? Put my hair up and then send this email out. Just finished up work and heading over to Costco. I feel like every time I go to Costco once in a blue moon, it's about to rain. So I'm gonna bring my umbrella in, but there's just like a few things I need to get, like glass Pyrexes. We've had the same ones for the past 4 years and they've just slowly disappeared. And I realized it as I was meal prepping last night for my lunch today. I was like, okay, we don't have any. So I'm gonna get those. Kendall wants me to look at some basketball cards, and then I'm gonna get us like a bigger thing of ground turkey. Even though I went to the grocery store yesterday, we just need some more because that's like the meat of choice that we use for pretty much all of our meals. And I might just check around and just see what else they have. But let's go ahead and go into Costco before it gets crowded, because it's about that time where everyone is getting off of work. Today. It is so cold here. It's like 20 degrees or something like that, and I had to be like out and about. But this week has just gotten the best of me. It has been so busy with like being in the office and just like brand integrations and brand reviews and stuff. So I worked from home today because I had a doctor's appointment, and it was like kind of in the middle of the day. You never know how long doctor's appointments run. So I just worked from home, and then when I came back, I did some flowers that Kendall got me last night. And then I did some more work, and then I just picked up both from daycare together and we went by the shop to see everybody, and now we're back home. I sent a final email and I am logged off for today. Whatever else can wait until 9 a.m. tomorrow. So I just put on like this like cozy rain background because I was like, okay, I really wanted to like start this new book since I finished Mona Eyes the other day. So it is The Big Swiss. It was recommended on like just BookTube. So I'm giving it a shot and seeing if it's any good. I typically don't like romance books, but this is supposed to be also funny. And I think it'll be a nice change for Mona's Eyes. And then for our upcoming vacation, I have another book, The Red Tent, that I think I'm going to take and read. But I'm really excited to like show you like all of the fun books that I've been reading as of recent. Because that's my goal, is to read a little bit more this new year. But Kindle also brought me some Numi jasmine tea, which I love jasmine scent. I got some of the most gorgeous perfume from France, like when we went to Paris. I have like 2 different bottles of jasmine perfume. I love jasmine candles and I love jasmine tea. It just smells so good. So I got some of that. I'm gonna sip on it, listen to this rain on YouTube. Got the fresh flowers out as well. And I'm gonna start on my read and do like a little mini readathon, maybe today, tomorrow, and Saturday, to see how much of this book I can actually get done. Because when I'm in the zone, I can read like 100 pages in like one sitting. So we'll see. I'm not gonna like force myself to read like 100 pages or so like that. But hopefully it's good enough to keep my attention to like actually want to finish it, because I feel like some of the books I read before Mona's Eyes, they were like, do not finish. I've read some of it and I was just like, yeah, no, this is not it. So hopefully I don't get that with this book. But enough rambling. It's finally time to decompress from a long work day and start to read. I'm going to set a little timer too, just for an hour first, so I have that time actually blocked off to read. For an hour, and luckily I'm on chapter 3. The writing is very, very small, so it's going a little bit slower, but page 45, which is not too bad for an hour, but definitely a really good read. It's different than what I typically like. It's not saucy, which was what I was kind of afraid of, because I don't really like saucy books. It's just like kind of funny, really well written so far. So I'm really enjoying it. And I'll probably read a little bit more this afternoon in the bed. But this rain that I have on is so cozy. It rained yesterday here in town, so this is like the perfect vibes. But they got like this creepy black cat. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a creepy black cat like right there in the corner. It like keeps staring at you while you're reading. But anywho, Kindle should be home fairly soon, so I'm just gonna chill out, maybe watch something funny in the meantime. I had some popcorn while I was also reading, and I finished almost all of my tea. Pretty good. But I'm just gonna chill out, and I'll probably do some more reading later on. Maybe I'll show you what Kindle makes for dinner, and then I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning and happy Saturday. It's been a nice little relaxing Saturday morning. It's about 10:40 right now, and I'm over on my PC side because I need to film a Sims video that's going to go out this afternoon, and I'm going to be filming a part of the Very Veggie Legacy Challenge. So this is how it's kind of set up, which I can kind of show you. So I have like my camera, this screen that has like the actual gameplay, this side which has like OBS is my recording, and then the rules for this Legacy Challenge. I have my microphone, my Logitech keyboard, and my headphones, my Diva Room for like my speaker, and that's like my PC setup. But since today I am doing a no camera, which I'm trying to do the Let's Plays kind of like, I'm trying to do the Let's Plays kind of like no camera, just so it's easier for me to like get those done and edited, and then like the build videos, challenges and stuff like that, which I sprinkle throughout the month as well. Those are with camera. I'll have my Doing Swell sign lit up. But before I get started, I just like to look over the rules and stuff, because in the last episode, which was episode 33, I believe, this is 34, we're on the carrot gen, so I'm just looking over to see what I need to try to like prioritize today. So I did build a new house, which I never show this on my like lifestyle channel, but it's a big part of like my cozy hobby and stuff that I do. And it's just honestly a lot of fun. But this is like the little tiny house that I built on Tuesday for that video on the channel. And then you come in, I tried to make it as orange as possible. Here's my little sim, Rudy. He's sad right now because his grandpa Kiyoshi passed. But this is the little living room, his office. He can't have a formal career. He has to be like a championship rider. So he does have a horse, which I don't know where our horse is. Where is she? Crisp. There she goes. She's still a baby, so I can't ride her just yet, but hopefully she will be aging up soon. But anyway, this is what the house is looking like. I gave him some stuff to plant, his little kitchen, his bedroom, and then aerial view, his bathroom. And then coming over on this side, that's where Crisp is going to be hanging out. So I'm trying to position you a good way on my monitor. But before I get started, usually I like to check and make sure like you can actually hear correctly on this. So I'm going to turn my Canon M50 off, since it's going to be a no camera video. And then I go to my audio input, make sure it's the correct microphone, which is my Finite microphone. And I have this like sound compressor that I got from Blue Yeti that Kindle got me. And then my output is the Dito room or whatever. Making sure it goes out that way. So testing. Hello friends, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. I just make sure it sounds good. So then I open it up in my OBS folder, double click, see what it sounds like. I'll sound more animated than that, of course. But I just try to make sure, because I have become a rookie. Well, like when I first started making videos, what was this, like a year ago or so? I would record a video and like the audio was just kind of like out of whack. So I try to make sure I check it before I film a whole like hour and so. So I'm not wasting time. Okay. I'm gonna do it one more time since I'm gonna have my headphones in. And these don't play anything. I should have like some music playing in the background, but I don't. I just like to be able to hear myself like in an actual microphone. So that's why I kind of have them on. Testing. All good. So I'm going to slate for about 45 minutes to actually film this part, and then later on today I'm gonna film some more, but that's gonna be on camera, so I'm gonna like do my makeup and stuff. Let me see, actually, because I have like a grid that I use on Canva that I've always used for like my Sims content, as well as like my vlogs and stuff too, and just like creative stuff in general. But let me see what I actually have slated coming up, since I am just uploading twice a week now instead of every day or every other day. Twice a week works for right now. So today I'm doing the Very Veggie part 34, and then I'm going to do a shell challenge on Tuesday. So this afternoon I'll put on makeup and stuff because that's going to be on camera, and then the next episode of Very Veggie is also going to be on camera because I'm going to be probably almost done with this generation, leading up into the next generation, which is squash. So that's going to be on camera. And then I want to pre-film a little bit just because we are going out of the country for vacation. So I'm going to do each room is a different color, another episode of the Very Veggie Legacy Challenge. And then I kind of want to attempt to do the A to Z challenge, is where you have a baby. It's not a 100 baby challenge, because a 100 baby challenge is a lot, but you have a baby from A to Z. And I think I want to try to attempt to do it in Sims 3 or Sims 2. I'm still trying to debate which one will be like chaotic, but like less chaotic. And I love Sims 2, so I'm like, oh, should I just do it in Sims 2 and test it out? And then if it goes successful in Sims 2, then we can of course do it in Sims 3. Some things I have to think about, but I want to pre-film a few of those videos too. So while we're out of the country, I have things kind of going up just to keep the channel growing and stuff like that. It's doing really well, which I'm so proud of, because it is my favorite cozy hobby. But anywho, I'm going to stop rambling, and I am going to set you up just for a little second while I get my feet warm and start recording for today. And then I'm going to go and give me and Kendall a fun coffee. He's cleaning the kitchen right now, so it's kind of quiet in the back half of the house. So I'm gonna start filming, but wish me luck. It went really well. Now I'm taking like some screenshots, so I have some options for thumbnails and stuff. But it was a really good episode. We got a lot accomplished and done. It was very chill and wholesome. I was explaining that this generation is way different than like the other ones. The other ones were kind of like chaotic and a hot mess. This one's been really nice and peaceful. So let me go ahead and exit the game, save and exit. And I'm going to go over to Canva, upload those items, but I also need to go over to OBS, is what I usually do right afterwards. And then I'm going to remix the files. So they're recorded in MKV, which is like a higher resolution, and then I compress them to MP4. So it's easier to distribute through WeTransfer. It's a lot of stuff you kind of learn in the back end from doing this. So I'm doing that right now. And I am going to have this stuff send while I go and get me and Kendall a fun coffee from Scooters in Midtown. I'm so excited. But I am going to say goodbye, because next week there won't be a vlog, but there'll be a vlog coming up after that. So it's a really exciting announcement. So I hope you enjoyed today's vlog, friends, and I will see you very soon. Bye!